Hey YouTube, I'm making this video because I can't find anything like it for the 2015 Hyundai Santa Fe XL, and this should work also for the sports. 2013 body style and newer. Anything to do with the fuel door not working properly, this is why I'm making this video. We noticed the fuel door itself was not popping open all the way. It would just sort of like just pop, just barely, and you still had to get your finger and sort of manually open it. It was just weird. It was like it was weak. It's like a spring inside that wasn't fully ejecting the door. I made a few mistakes in my own diagnosis. I took the chance. I thought the actuator itself was weak because I pulled apart the interior, the rear interior back here, checked the voltage at the connector going to the actuator back up in there, and I had 11.6 volts, which at the time I thought was plenty enough to open this actuator. Turns out it's not. I had a couple ohms resistance, and that pretty much cuts the amperage in half to open this thing, and it will not budge. It's actually a lot of work just to pop off all this interior, remove the seat. This piece here had to come out as well. I have trailer wiring routed through it, and it's just unnecessary if you chase down something else first, which is the switch on the door. So I got the panel taken off here. There's a video on YouTube that describes how to take this panel off. It's not hard at all. A couple screws and take your time, and you can take this off. The switch is located here, as you know. I popped it out already. There's my old actuator. Here is the switch, and on the inside it'll all come together. It'll have a little pigtail. This is it right here, my vise. I just have holding it. So this plate right here, when you pull on that switch, makes contact, provides continuity back to the actuator, opens up the actuator. Here's the problem. I think this is a faulty manufacturing piece, if you ask me. It's not like it wore out. These contacts do, I mean, every time this touches, theoretically, there is a little bit of an arc or a spark, so there is sort of some buildup. But to me, this failed prematurely. It started acting up. We had like, I don't know, like 60,000 kilometers on the vehicle. If you have even 2 ohms resistance, you're only getting like 5, I forget what it is, 5 amps back to that actuator. So it's just not enough power to move that motor. So I'm going to check these best I can. We'll go to each lead. Holding it as still as I can. And the ohm reading is all over the place. I could attach alligator clips to it, but I'm trying to go on the actual plates themselves. There we go. That's actually not bad when you're getting down into the 0.4. And over time, trying to make this video, I actually scuffed up those enough where my resistance dropped quite a bit. So I did order up this part, but I also glued a little bit of emery cloth on this screwdriver, and I'm going to go about cleaning up these contacts, and I'm willing to bet that that's going to solve my issue altogether. So if you have this problem here, go for the door first. If your fuel door is not opening properly, remove that panel and pull out the switch and try cleaning up these contacts. The part itself, that switch on the door right there, is $50 Canadian. If you do need a switch, it's going to cost you an afternoon and $50. I highly suspect that the switch on these do develop the same issues. Okay, terminals are cleaned up. I put the switch back together, connected it back to here. And this is just the main harness. Just a test for now without putting the panel back together. It's working great. So that's not a new part, that's just cleaning up those terminals. With any luck, if you guys had the same issue that I had, this repair will save you guys time and money, and save you from going through all the aggravation that I had to, and the extra time and expense at ripping off that fuel door piece there and all the interior in here. You know, if you can solve it directly at the switch by removing that panel, that's a pretty simple task, and most handy people can do it. Thanks again for watching.